Junkyard Run Part 1 is so fun, and I even laughed out loud at one point, and that doesn't happen with me too often. This is a 3-part series as part of Looney Tunes Webtoons, and based on this first one, I cannot wait to watch the other two. This is a 2 to 3 minute-ish cartoon, so there will be spoilers as I discuss what happens and also mention some personal highlights. So I will just say spoilers from now. And this is a junkyard race. Apparently it's based on the film Cannonball Run, which I'd never heard of, I haven't seen, I can't comment on that, but if that means anything to anybody, then there's that bit of information. This is actually a race where they have to build the cars out of things found in the junkyard, which is a really fun concept. And this first episode is all about them building their cars in their pairs. I'll talk about the pairs in a moment. And then they launch the race. And that's the bit where I laughed out loud. And I will give you the specific moment in a moment. And honestly, I'm keen to see who wins. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm imagining the next episode is the bulk of the race, and the third episode we'll see who wins, but I'll get there in due course. So the pairs that we have for this, we have Bugs and Daffy, which I thought was a really good decision. And then we have Yosemite Sam and Taz, which sounds like a recipe for disaster, but in a really good way. And I rather enjoyed the bit in this where Taz was about to lick a lollipop. That's called, I think, Blast Off or something like that. And Yosemite Sam tells him no eating on the job, basically. And he licks the lollipop and it explodes. I could see it coming, but it was very amusing. And then the third pair is Sylvester and Porky. And I'm really excited about that one. I want them to win. That's the pair that I'd like to win. Getting my bets in early. And I think they might win because they're not chaotic. They're not going to be arguing like Daffy and Bugs. I'm assuming Daffy and Bugs will argue, or Daffy will argue and Bugs will just drift through things quite coolly and casually, because that's how he tends to do things. Whereas Sylvester and Porky, I think, could be quite good. The designs of the vehicles are all very different. They all look really unique, really creative. I definitely enjoyed seeing them at the start of the race. And then we have the bit that made me laugh. So Cecil Turtle actually starts off the race, which I thought was an interesting choice. Cecil Turtle is not what I'd consider to be one of the most fascinating characters, or indeed one of the most frequent characters. But nevertheless, he's in this race. He starts off this race, and Bugs and Daffy and Porky and Sylvester go full steam ahead, and Yosemite Sam and Taz go backwards. And that's the moment where I laughed out loud because I hadn't expected it. It was just so funny and so well done. And the race is actually from Burbank, which is where Warner Brothers is, to what they describe as Vegas desert. And I'm keen to see what happens. I'm keen to see if we have a mix of terrains and obstacles, or if it's going to just be a straightforward racetrack. I have no idea. Looking forward to finding out, based purely on the first part of the Junkyard Run. I think this is going to be a pretty fun 3-part series, and I definitely recommend it. And I cannot wait to find out what happens next.